Hey guys! Last night I went to the At the Owl bar in London, which is a pop-up event. Now it's not a bar with loud music, dancing and alcohol. It's a smoothie place with owls. And I love owls. But there's been a lot of media frenzy and protesters concerned about the welfare of the owls. Yet you shouldn't read everything you believe. Or believe everything you read, should I say. Come with me, Sarah Jane, as we go backstage at Anna the Owl to meet and learn about one of the most amazing creatures this world has to offer.
A pop-up event with live owls and some other stuff. As you can imagine, as you know, that we have had over 100,000 ticket applications. We released the tickets a few days ago. There was a bit of a, website crashing and all that. We apologize for that, but now that you're here, welcome. There are some rules which we have given to you guys so you can read through that. But I would like to reiterate some of the things. There is no flash photography at all. Please be seated on your tables at all times, unless the birds are actually at your table. Keep the noise levels down when the birds are out. The toilets are just down there. There are 4 books, quite interesting books. You're more than welcome to take them onto the table, but please return so other people can use it. We have some art. This is a brilliant piece made out of Lego. Some pictures here and there. You're most welcome to come and have a look when the birds are not here. We have 3 rounds. We have 6 birds in total, 6 owls of different breeds. They will take turns, they will come out and they will come to almost every table. So what will happen is the falconers will bring the first 2 birds out here. They will give a little talk about the birds, about the breed, how they eat, how they fly, all that kind of stuff. Then they will go to each and every table. Don't worry if the birds don't come to your table, the next round will start from your table. Please do not touch the birds, please keep the volume down. You can hold the birds and you can take as many pictures as you want. You can talk to the birds, they are very human friendly, you will see. But please keep the noise level down when they're out. That's very important. Once again, thank you very much for coming. It's been a long, hard journey for us to organize this event in the last 2 months. Your support is very important, so keep on tweeting, Instagramming, and do whatever you want to do. So I'd like to welcome the first 2 birds. Charles, please bring them up.
Good evening, everybody. You can say good evening, sorry.
Good evening.
But do it very quietly, please. I'm Charles, and this is David, and the owls, this is Malogo and Moy. Does anyone know what species of owl these are? Well, these are white-faced Scops owls. They come from South Africa, come from south of Sahara, and I think they're very beautiful birds. So they will vocalise, they purr like a little cat, actually. Beautiful, beautiful eyes. The top bits up here, they're called ear tufts. They're nothing to do with the ears at all. They're just there for signalling. They're real ears, one ear here, offset so they can pinpoint every little sound. They're what's known as ambush predators. They won't go out and find their food, they wait for their food to come to them. A bit like a takeaway. And their favourite food is little insects. They wait for the insects to come along and then they pounce on them. Now, like all owls, they can see quite well far away, but close up they haven't got very good eyesight at all. So, can't see you, no. They haven't got very good eyesight at all. But if you notice when they come round, the little feathering round the beak there, when they catch their prey, to finish off the business, they can feel with the little feathers on the side of their beak. Now, beautiful camouflage. If I turn around like that, I was very lucky. I went to Madagascar a few years ago and walked past a Madagascan species of Scops owl. They're brown and a wonderful camouflage. Oh, they're camouflage. That's coming in. Hello, I saw you because you moved. Well done, yeah. Wonderful bit of camouflage there. So very beautiful birds, the white-faced Scops owl. Now, while we're going around, I just want to introduce you to some owl pellets here. Now, when they eat food, they can't have prime steak every day. That would be very unwise to give them that. They would suffer for that. So what we do, we give them things like mice and insects. These guys eat a lot of locusts as well. And they need the roughage to make these owl pellets. They would regurgitate or cast the pellet. So we're going to let you pass these round. Please, these are not the canapes. Please do not try to eat them. You'll notice that there might be a joke on your table saying, yeah, try that in a smoothie, it'll soften it up. Please don't try this. So pass it, if you like to pass it from table to table. The two smaller ones are from the Scots owl, and the larger one is from one of the other owls we're going to meet later on, the barn owl. Well, we are going to come round. David's going to start off at the top here. We can only keep them out for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to bring other owls out to show you. You can tell with these guys, if they were unhappy, what happens, they bring all the feathers of their face in, like that, as if they're sucking a lemon. And their ear tufts go right up to the top there. So I'm going to start at the back here.
Yeah, of course.
If they do want you, it's extremely lucky. There, one goes quick, the other starts to go there, goes smooth. Very good. With the tawny owls, a lot of people have actually lost their eyes. There was a very famous case of a famous photographer who got too close while photographing on the nest, and he did lose his eye that way. So tawny owls can be rather dangerous from that point of view, are rather beautiful. Thank you very much. This is little Annie. Annie's the youngest of the lot here today. She's just come out for a year old. She's making this lovely sound here. She's just had some of her food. We've got here we go. What they usually do when they try to take it, we don't do it. But they bring their wings round. That's called mantling. That's stopping me from taking her prey. Beautiful barn, lovely heart-shaped face there. Wonderful face. You probably see her turning her head round as well. We've got about 7 neck vertebrae. These guys, as well as the other owls, have got 14. That's why they can turn the head to about 270 degrees there. There's about just over 200 species of owl and subspecies, and they're all extremely different and they're all absolutely beautiful. And you find barn owls on every continent apart from the Arctic, true Arctic, and the Antarctica. It's just far too cold for them to live there. There's different sorts of barn owl, different subspecies. In Africa, the barn owls we saw in Africa were very, very dark, very dark, very beautiful birds indeed. And different parts of the world, people have got quite a bad reputation. You know, they think they're rather bad, they're rather scary, and they amount to witches really. And we went to some parts of Africa, and we actually walked around with people telling them that the owls that were nesting in their roofs were okay. They're not going to take their souls. So they're pretty amazing birds, and much revered in other parts of the world. In Afghanistan, of all places, they thought that the owls showed how to use flint to light fire. So there's lots of different colloquial ways. Now, when she opens her wings now, here we go. Nice and breezy. These are probably the most silent birds in flight of all the birds. These great big long feathers are primary feathers. It's as if someone's taken a pair of scissors, made lots of little cuts up and down there. Because they haven't, that's just the way she is. That lets the air go through so she flies silently. That wonderful hearing, I say, that lovely heart-shaped face. If there was a mouse running along the floor, there isn't, don't worry. If there was a mouse running along the back wall over there, she could hear that mouse running along the floor. If there was a mouse down here, she could hear that mouse's heart beating. It just shows you what wonderful hearing they have got. Amazing. Now we're going to start off, I'm going to start off down the front here. David's going to go right to the back. We will carry on talking if you like. So, okay, here we go. There's some very soft bits of leather. They're called anklets, and coming from the anklets are jesses, and that just stops them flying away. Now we usually fly our owls, but obviously we won't be here tonight. But we do fly owls. When they get home tonight, they will have a little fly. They go into an aviary, so they can. They're not tethered up or chained up through the night, so they're quite free. Thank you. Sorry, it's working now. Come on. I love technology. Yeah, hello, baby. Very good. Well done. This is Annie, yeah. Keep it nice and like if they walk up your arm, especially the big ones, it hurts. Very good. See when she does that? That's just focusing. That's focusing. You're getting into a vision. If she stands up straight and rocks like that, that's a very happy bit. Now, barn owls are making a comeback. About a couple of years ago, we had some terrible weather owl. He's a little male. The females are much larger. In their world, the females are the bosses. It's girl power. Now, being a being a Bengal eagle owl, they're not as large as our European eagle owls. They're much larger, much darker birds. If you're holding a female a European eagle owl for some time, it really does take it out in your arms there. Beautiful birds. And then again, they've got the ear tufts, nothing to do with the ears at all. They're just there for signalling, showing their motion, and also for camouflage. They can bring them up, they can blend in quite well. And he's going to open his wings a little bit for us. You're going to just see a little bit of flap. Here we go. Now, when he gets to the other side of the room in a minute, he'll look back from this owl over here, and he thinks that's a big threat. So he will be looking every now and again to the big owl, the Lego owl. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it, but before you leave, do go and have a look at the Lego owl. It's wonderful. Now, on here, over here, this is not a stunted eagle owl. No, he's a different species altogether. Anyone know what he is?
A grass owl.
Sorry.
Is it a grass owl?
Yeah, there's another. Yeah, another. They're little burrowing owls, and they come from North America. Absolutely beautiful birds. Now they're much more gregarious, the burrowing owls. So you find them in loose groups. They usually take over prairie dog homes. Now prairie dogs are quite little toughies, actually. There was a case when on the Isle of Wight they had an overrunning of prairie dogs that escaped from a zoo, a wildlife park, and they brought in ferrets to control and kill these prairie dogs. And the prairie dogs killed the ferrets, actually. We do show you they're quite toughies, really. But then, in North America, these guys will actually oust the prairie dogs from their homes there. They will go up and they're can be quite aggressive little things there. Now, he will either love you or hate you. His name's Archimedes. And if you look at his eyes there, look at how you want to kill him. Right, look at those eyes there. Lovely bright yellow eyes there. These are truly diurnal. These are daytime owls. Whereas these could be both nocturnal and diurnal. They're quite crepuscular. But very, very beautiful work. Now we're going to come round. If you'd like to have a hold, you're very welcome. If you haven't had a go yet, we want to try and give everyone a bit of a go. I don't want anyone going home crying.
Thank you once again for your support. It's been very important for us, and hope to see you again at some point. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching my Anna the Owl video. Now, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but I went to the event, and you ask pretty much anyone that went to that event and they'll agree with me. The owls love their handlers. It was very professional and educational, and I learned a lot about the animal that I love. Especially that I shouldn't have one as a pet because I wouldn't be able to look after it, no matter how much that I want one. Please subscribe in the box below because I'll be doing a lot more videos, and I hope that you enjoyed this one.